I just spent $3 on basil and I'm about to turn it into unlimited plants, and here's how. So this process is super easy. What you want to do is open up your basil and identify like the best pieces, and this is how you do that. So if you look at this piece, you see where the leaves actually meet the stem. That's going to be called a node. Once we make our cuts, this is going to be where the roots actually grow out of. To prepare our basil, what you want to do is do a 45-degree angle cut, about 1/4 of an inch from the first node, and then we're going to trim the leaves off of the first 2 nodes. So the reason why you do this is because any leaves that are touching the water are going to wind up rotting, and you don't want that to happen. But the key is you want to leave the top 2 layers of leaves intact on the cutting. So after you've trimmed up your basil, you're looking for a cutting that's 4 to 6 inches long, just like these. So there's 2 propagation methods that I'm going to be showing you. The first one is going to be the water method, which is my preferred choice. I'm going to be using this upcycled banana flavored milk jar, but you can use any container that you like that you have at your disposal. So the goal is going to be to make sure at least 1 to 2 nodes are submerged in water. The more nodes in the water, the more roots that you're going to get. I'm only going to put 2 cuttings in this jar. Keep an eye on the water levels, so make sure the water stays full, and change it out every couple of days to make sure it's not getting murky or cloudy. With this method, I've seen roots as quick as 3 to 5 days. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for them to pop up. So the soil method is pretty straightforward to do too. What you want to do is get your planting medium of choice, pre-moisten it. You want it moist, not soggy. And then what you want to do is dig yourself a little hole, insert the cutting up to the second node. And then once you have it in here, just add a little bit more soil on top, pinch the soil around it. Gonna water it in a little bit. You just want to make sure you keep this soil moist as well. It can take up to 2 weeks before you start seeing some root activity and the plant actually growing. Basil is going to need a lot of light to root well. I'm going to be using this Vigo Garden Classic light stand. What we're going to do is lower it down a little bit. This has 5 different modes. I'm going to be switching it over to the herb mode. The herb mode is going to be 16 hours on, 8 hours off with around 18 watts of power. If you don't have a grow light, don't worry. If you have a south facing window that gets 6 to 8 hours of sunlight daily, that works perfectly fine. Just make sure that you're rotating the plants daily. That way they get evenly exposed to the sunlight. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.